Ain't no mountain high so good that you can't fall. Ain't no valley low so deep that you can't crawl out of it. Ain't no hiding from it, you so please don't run. Ain't no running from the truth where you have none. Good vibes tapped in, we above that. Go and laugh, go and smile, you above that. If you need it, you could cry, you above that. No weed, but I'm high, I'm above that. I'm alive, and I love that. I'ma thrive, I discovered that. I survived, yeah, I done that. And the battle over now, yeah, I won that. Behind us, send code for remind us. The best is yet to come, our blessings gon' find us, unbind us. They thought they confined us, but they could never break us. No, they the one that designed us. Roll deep with the ancestors now, standing on their shoulders, towering proud. We they wildest dreams come alive, from our feet to our crowns. Tell them haters, this is how we get down. Give thanks and praises to the most high in this thing. No weed past the sky in this thing. I'ma live, I'm alive in this thing. Good vibes, I'm a vibe in this thing. Ain't nobody gonna love me if I don't. Ain't nobody gonna respect me if I won't. Ain't nothing that could compare to nor my life. I came down from heaven to share this on earth. Chest out, chin up, eyes on the horizon, hold your head high. No matter what you did, what happened yesterday, today's different. Try again. It's like a good vibes tapped in, we above that. Go and laugh, go and smile, you above that. If you need it, you could cry, you above that. No weed, but I'm high, I'm above that. I'm alive, and I love that. I'ma thrive, I discovered that. I survived, yeah, I done that. And the battle over now, yeah, I won that. It's battle of it's all the good vibrations. Elevate, good vibrations. Good vibrations. Elevate, good vibrations. Celebrate, good vibrations. Elevate, good vibrations.
I'm Onnesha Choudhury, WEA Senior Program Manager.
Hola, I'm Daniela Perez, Director of North America and Pacific Programs.
I'm Ariel Moinaster, Senior Program Director.
I'm Kahea Pacheco, a Co-Executive Director here at WEA.
Hi, I'm Irma, Director of Southeast Asia Programs.
Hi, my name is Melissa Apriani. I am WEA Indonesia Program Manager.
Hi, I'm Jen Palmer. I'm WEA's Special Initiatives Lead.
Hi, my name is Teresa Mudhoni. I'm WEA Africa Program Manager.
I'm Kate King, WEA's Development Manager.
My name is Kia Leek, and I'm WEA's North American Pacific Program Manager.
I'm Amira Diamond, Co-Executive Director and Co-Founder.
Hello, jambo, jina langu ni Rose Wamalwa kutoka Kenya. Mimi nasimamia miradi ya WEA, Women Earth Alliance in East Africa. Asante.
I'm Fiona McLeod, Communications and Development Manager here at WEA.
I'm Laura Vigiles Caleramier, WEA's Mexico Regional Coordinator.
I'm Sarita Pokel, WEA's Learning Architect.
I am Megan Matthew. I am WEA's Operations Manager.
And I'm Melinda Kramer, Co-Founder and Co-Executive Director.
Aloha friends, relatives, and beloved WEA community. It's so good to see all of you tonight for our special year-end celebration. Rising Tides, Rising Women, we are what we need. I'm Kahea Pacheco, Co-Executive Director of Women's Earth Alliance, and I'm so honored to welcome you all. You know, as we gather tonight, it's impossible to ignore where we are as a nation and as a global community. Yet, amidst the challenges of this year and frankly, the next few years, there's a bright and undeniable truth. We already hold all we need to see our communities and the earth through and to build a healthier, stronger, and more just future. This evening is about celebrating that truth, not just in the leadership of grassroots women around the world, but in you, our community. Your support, your belief in this work, and your commitment to showing up make this alliance what it is. Together, we're proving the power of women-led, community-centered solutions to create meaningful, lasting change. And as I kind of scroll through here on these little tiles, I see so many of our longtime community members here with us tonight. I think I saw a few of our leadership board members, some of our funding and program partners for sure, some giving circle members, definitely some WEA leaders, and that's really, really exciting, and a few seed bank members as well. Thank you all so much for being with us tonight. And of course, I see some extra special folks on the line with us. Are WEA parents, our family members? We have a few sisters, I think, and our kids. To say our WEA family makes this work possible would be the biggest understatement, and we're truly, truly so grateful for you. For those of you who may be new to our WEA community, welcome. By way of a brief introduction, we are a global alliance of women leaders who are driving grassroots solutions to some of the world's most pressing issues: climate change, food security, environmental destruction, biodiversity loss, and much more. Through training, funding, mentorship, and networks of support, WEA equips women with the skills and tools they need to transform their communities and protect our shared home. And even as we honor the strength of this work and our community tonight, I want to ground us in gratitude. At WEA, we recognize Indigenous sovereignty and the deep wisdom and leadership of Indigenous women who have always been at the forefront of protecting our communities and the earth. While we're gathering virtually tonight, WEA's home base is in Berkeley, California, originally known as Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo-speaking Ohlone people. We're so grateful to our Ohlone relatives for allowing us to call that place home. Their leadership reminds us of the responsibility we all have to be good guests of these lands and its original stewards. We practice this through partnering with Ohlone leaders on WEA programs and by supporting the rematriation of Ohlone lands through our voluntary Shumi land tax. This acknowledgement and action connects profoundly to the solutions we celebrate tonight, which are deeply rooted in relationship with the land, with culture, and with one another. These relationships, grounded in trust, in resilience, in shared purpose, they serve as the foundation for all that we've accomplished together this year, even amidst those challenges we continue to face as a global community. And it has been a big year for WEA. You know, this year, WEA and our co-founders, Melinda Kramer and Amir Diamond, received the prestigious Heinz Award for the Environment, which recognizes WEA's nearly 2 decades of work advancing grassroots, women-led climate solutions. We also took to the global stage and advocated for women's leadership and community-centered climate solutions at places like the Skull World Forum, at the Rockefeller Foundation Bellagio Institute with our friends and colleagues at the Project Dandelion, at Climate Week New York City, at COP29, and at the AWID conference, where several of our team members actually are right now. And this spring, we launched Rising Tides, Rising Women, our 20-year anniversary campaign, which you'll hear more about a bit later in tonight's program. And that brings us to tonight, where we have the opportunity to celebrate the women at the heart of this work and the community, that's you guys, that supports them. Here's what you can look forward to. You'll hear from my fellow co-directors, Melinda and Amira, as well as from some very special and inspiring guests, WEA leaders in Indonesia, East Africa, and the US who will share how they're transforming their communities. You'll also hear how you can deepen your impact through WEA's Rising Tides, Rising Women campaign. And finally, we'll close the evening with a special performance by WEA leader and hip hop, R&B, and soul artist, Coco Pilla. Does that sound like a plan, everyone? Awesome, great. All right, so before we dive into the evening, I'd like to share something that beautifully captures really the heart of WEA's work. It's a short animation created several years ago, and it's one of our favorite ways to ground ourselves in our story of why. It's a reminder of what's at stake and the power of women rising together. So let's take a look.
Grandmother, tell me about when you were a little girl.
Well, my dear, long ago in the early part of the 21st century, many had forgotten that human life and the earth upon which it depends are precious. The careless ways of humankind polluted the air, the water, the food, the land, and our bodies and minds. In these times, women bore the greatest burdens. With dignity, we took on the essential acts of tending the land and collecting water, though our lives and livelihoods were constantly threatened. And while the wisdom that was needed to heal the earth had been in our bones for ages, even that precious knowledge was ignored by those who claimed to know what was best for us. Moved by this wisdom, 30 women from around the world came together. Each woman understood the problem of having too little or the problem of having too much, and they began to weave a new story. A story of women leaders transforming their own communities, sharing resources and restoring balance upon the earth. A story rooted in the undeniable fact that when women thrive, communities thrive. In this story, our wisdom was respected, and those who wished to help began to listen. We recognized our interdependence, exchanging solutions like gifts. Around the globe, women joined hands and the story took root. They hosted trainings, learned sustainable technologies, and taught others. People across regions stepped forward in support. Speaking out, their message was heard. They shared knowledge and linked strategies. Real change blossomed as communities took action to advocate, innovate, and preserve. We began to remember the preciousness of the simple things like water, land, and seeds. We remembered to work together. We remembered our real power. After this long journey, we now stand safely on the land. In balance, men and women together, caring for each other with visionary solutions, preserving the earth for those who will follow. We have finally come home.
That short kind of animation, that short video just grounds me every time I watch it. And I think it's that knowing that one day we'll be asked that same question by our children's children and maybe even their children. And knowing that we have the power, each of us, right here, right now, to determine what that story will be by the choices we make and the work we invest in. You know, this video is a reminder of the role we're all playing in this moment. Together, we are holding such a big and beautiful vision for our world. And when I think about what we're building, I'm so deeply, deeply hopeful. And, you know, to speak more about this moment, I'd love to turn things over to my colleague, Melinda Kramer, WEA co-founder and co-director. So go ahead, Melinda.
Thank you, Kahea, and thank you all for being here tonight. This year has been both challenging and definitely transformative. And as we stand on the precipice of change, as Kahea mentioned, with a new administration in the US, we remain deeply committed to our mission at Women's Earth Alliance. For nearly 2 decades, we have seen how policy shifts ripple through the communities we serve, where environmental regulations, funding for women's leadership, and international climate commitments directly impact lives. And we know when protections weaken, grassroots networks like ours become a primary line of defense across continents, through profound challenges, women leaders are stepping forward. They are the first responders to climate crises, the caretakers in these crises, and the voices for justice in the hardest places. And if there's one lesson that we have learned at WEA, it's that resilience is not just a word, it's an action. It's a choice, a rallying call. Real change has always come from people with unwavering commitment to their values. And so for nearly 20 years now, WEA has built an alliance across 31 countries, equipping women with the tools and the networks that they need to scale their solutions and create change that's going to last. Our story is one of resilience and possibility. From the 2008 recession, when we were just beginning, to the COVID pandemic, moments that could have been roadblocks instead became catalysts for exponential growth at WEA. WEA leaders don't let communities be defined by any one administration or crisis. We are defined by our shared vision for a thriving future, one that is grounded in action and collaboration. And so we really feel that now is the time to support the local leaders who are the heart of community resilience. And so tonight we honor WEA leaders and the stories that they carry, proof that the solutions we need are already here, carried forward by people who are building a future that we can all be proud of. And so as we move forward, let's feel this groundswell of resilience and determination in this Zoom room and in the collective power of all of us gathered here. And we just want to thank you for walking alongside us on this incredible journey. And so now I'll pass it to my co-founder and co-director, Amira Diamond, to share how this work is unfolding across the globe.
Thank you, Melinda. It's really wonderful to be here with everyone tonight. Thank you so much for coming, for sharing with us the non-renewable resource that is your time. And as Melinda said, tonight really is a reminder that the solutions we need to meet this moment, they already exist. They're being carried forward by women who, despite incredible challenges, are rising right now with courage and resolve. We leaders are building futures where families are fed, ecosystems are restored, and communities are thriving. And all of us here tonight, we have the chance to honor them and stand alongside them. Since our founding, Women's Earth Alliance has partnered with 52,000 women. Together, these grassroots leaders have impacted more than 24 million people with solutions that work. And behind these numbers are really ripple effects. They are healthier families, stronger ecosystems, and more resilient communities. What makes this work remarkable is that it's not just about addressing immediate challenges, it's about long-standing transformation. And so tonight we're going to share 3 stories that highlight this transformative power. In Indonesia, we'll meet WEA leader Thilma Komaling. In East Africa, we'll hear about the many women who are protecting ecosystems and building a women-led climate movement. And finally, here in the US, we'll hear from WEA leader Camille Hadley. Each of these stories reflects what happens when women leaders are equipped to rise and to lead. Our work doesn't just create change in our own communities, it sparks a ripple effect that touches everyone. And this is the power of grassroots women's leadership and the power of Women's Earth Alliance. So let's begin in Indonesia. Some of our Indonesia leaders are here on the line tonight. I saw Sumarni Laman, an Indigenous youth leader who is reforesting her homeland in Kalimantan. And I saw Novi Rovica, who's advocating for tigers, orangutans in the forests of Sumatra. Give a wave. Salmat pagi, good morning. We are so happy you're here with us. And I'm also happy to extend a special welcome to our leadership board member, Chris Thompson, who's based in Bali and a key bridge builder in the region. Thank you for being here. We are still buzzing from our most recent accelerator in Indonesia, where WEA leaders are just tackling climate change head on. It was an in-person gathering that took place in Bali with 40 women leaders from 27 of Indonesia's 38 provinces. And these epic leaders are now joining Women's Earth Alliance Indonesia, the hundreds of women who've participated in our programs there since 2019. And also this year, WEA is working with 70 women eco-entrepreneurs and more than 500 women who are part of collectives in 12 Indonesian provinces who are launching and growing businesses that produce and sell household goods, fabrics, crafts, medicinal and personal care products. And these are all from non-timber forest products, non-timber forest materials. These businesses are incentivizing forest protection because they provide livelihood alternatives to extractive jobs like the ones in the palm oil industry, and they safeguard indigenous traditions and lifeways at the same time. So without these eco-friendly businesses, communities have to resort to extractive activities like slash and burn agriculture and felling native trees to feed and support their families. Instead, these WEA entrepreneurs are reaching thousands of people with their products, increasing average household income by 25%. And they're sustainably managing 7 hectares of previously degraded forests for sourcing their raw materials. And this is growing year upon year. Tonight, we are thrilled to be joined by Thilma Komaling, who is calling in live from Indonesia. I will never forget meeting you, Thilma, in 2019 when you participated in our very first Indonesia Accelerator. Thilma is a star. She's a bridge builder and an incredible advocate throughout the country. So thank you, Thilma, for your inspiring leadership and your work. We're delighted to hear from you tonight. So good to see you.
So good to see you, everyone, as well. Good morning from Indonesia. My name is Thilma Komaling, and I am honored to share a story that speaks the transformative power of Women Earth Alliance WEA and the incredible impact of our work creates. As someone deeply passionate about protecting the earth, I have dedicated my life to addressing critical environmental issues. In my current role, I led a consortium on sustainable tuna under the Marine and Fisheries Program, where we have made incredible strides. One highlight was establishing a sustainable protocol for tuna harvest strategy in Indonesia archipelagic waters, which we launched on World Ocean Day 2023. Beyond this, I work with Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation, advocating the release of orangutans back to their natural habitats in Borneo. I also campaign for clean air for the big cities in Indonesia, also in social media, in pollutionography platform, raising awareness about air pollution and its devastating impacts. I'm also part of the Indonesia AI Society, where I advocate for using artificial intelligence in nature conservation. Recently, I represented my work at the UNIT Southeast Asia project in Bangkok, showcasing how technology can help us address urgent environmental challenges. I first connected with WEA in 2019 when I was nominated to be part of the inaugural Indonesia Grassroots Accelerate program. It was during this program that I met, also attending here, Sumarni Laman, a young woman whose passion and story would change both of our lives. Sumarni reached out to me by text message before the program began, introducing herself as a volunteer who would assist me. I assumed she was just handling administrative tasks. But during the workshop, I discovered she was much more, a fierce advocate for her Daya community's ancestral land rights. When Sumani introduced herself to the group, she said words that carried the weight of her life experience, and I instantly recognized her fight because it was mirrored my own. Hearing Sumarni's story brought me back when I was her age, fighting the cleaner air in Jakarta, the capital city in Indonesia. I had led the car-free day movement, where every Sunday roadblocks are closed and only people can walk. Faced the government to advocate for an air pollution bylaw. And like her, I was angry and determined to make change. I saw myself in her, and I know I had to support her. 2 years later, I saw a photo of Sumarni holding a fire hose, surrounded by children wearing masks to protect themselves from forest fires. That image moved me deeply, and I know I had to act. Through my graduate school, I advocated for Sumarni to receive a scholarship. Convincing her to apply was not easy. She worried about her English skills, but her unwavering commitment for her people gave her the courage to try. She was accepted, and a year later, she graduated. And equipped with education, network, and tools to amplify her advocacy, watching her grow into a leader has been one of my most rewarding experiences in my life. And what Sumari and I share is more than just a friendship. It is a bond rooted in WEA's quiet yet transformative sisterhood. WEA empowers women like Sumarni and myself to rise, fight, and create lasting change. So since 2019, WEA has engaged over 100 women across Indonesia through its accelerator program, equipping them with tools, funding, and a network to lead environmental solutions in their communities. But beyond this, beyond the sisterhood, WEA's work delivers measurable environmental impact. The women leaders in WEA's program are protecting vital ecosystem, restoring mangroves, planting climate resilient crops, and reducing deforestation, not to mention also to keeping the endangered species. Their work directly mitigates CO2 emissions, protect biodiversity, and ensures cleaner air and water for their communities. So together we are reversing climate damage and building a sustainable regenerative future. Sumarni and my stories are just few of many. Women in Indonesia and around the world are on the front lines of climate change. WEA ensures that their voices are not only heard but also amplified. So together, we are not just envisioning sustainable future. We are building it from the ground. I am proud to stand here today as part of this movement and as a testament to what is possible when women support women. Thank you. Back to you, Amira.
Thank you so much, Thelma. I could hear you speak for another hour about all of the ripple effect that you are creating. But next, we're going to journey to Africa, where WEA leaders are safeguarding critical ecosystems like Kenya's last remaining tropical rainforest. I was there recently and I was able to stand in the shade of the trees planted by WEA leaders. And it's something that will stay with me for a long time. And a number of our team members are together right now, traveling through Uganda, some from Tanzania, some from Kenya, learning from each other and building this movement. So in partnership with community-based organizations in Kenya, Nigeria, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda, Women's Earth Alliance, we are equipping women leaders with scalable climate solutions that generate income, that protect ecosystem, and that improve people's health. And this year, we as programs in Africa are creating thousands of employment opportunities, reducing poverty, and addressing climate change head on through the economic empowerment of nearly 500 women climate entrepreneurs. Collectively this year, these entrepreneurs are growing around 100,000 trees combined with economic activities like agroforestry and sustainable firewood harvesting, reaching over 500,000 people with critical climate solutions like climate resilient seed, clean cook stoves, and native fruit tree propagation. So here's a short video to showcase some of our current work in Kenya.
Mama, Mama Judith Awinja. She's one of the WEA members. I know she'll be able to share a lot about the transformation in her life.
Hi, wageni wote. Nilijua WEA 2019 tulienda training Nairobi. Sasa kutoka Nairobi nikakuja nikakaa chini, nikasema yale wamefundisha huko lazima nitimize kama mama wa WEA. Kwa community najulikana kama mama wa WEA, ama supplier wa miti. Nimetrain wa mama wengine karibu over 200 women.
Before tukutane na WEA, we were deep into culture. We were not allowed to plant trees as women. We were not allowed to be leaders. But after the training, we can now do what a man can do.
When we went at Nairobi, actually we learned something. We were underground. But now, up on that tree. I don't have white collar job, but this is my job. And this is my business. Yes. We learned each and everything that is here. Potato is just available here. This fertilizer, TAB, as I said, these vegetables, I never use artificial fertilizer. I just use this and CN to apply on it. Even spraying, I just take this CN, I just spray. Best, just severe. Where we are grateful. Where we are by now, I just want to be a facilitator. To go round by round facilitating other groups.
We planted very many trees, and because of that, we have enough rain. And because we have enough rain, we plant very early, we get enough food. And because we have that enough food, we are able to do business and save some money. And because we can save some money, we can take our kids to school. After Nairobi's training, after climbing a switch, it is called? And if you look at me, I've done business. I've renewed myself.
I'm so glad you got to meet all of these leaders. Each and every one of them, having gone through several years of WEA's trainings, they are now all trainers. They are now holding a circle of women around them, and that will continue to multiply. And I can't tell you what it was like and how powerful it was to walk through these gardens that you just saw that are providing health, medicine, and food for this community. It was an unforgettable moment. Not shown in that video, as Melissa was talking about, the lift that she's received was her daughter, her grown daughter, standing next to her and proudly introducing us to this young woman who, and sharing proudly that because of Melissa's income from this plot of land that's provided so much for her community, that she herself was able to send her daughter to attend university. So I will now pass it to Amira to take us to the United States.
Thank you, Melinda. Did you hear those cows in the background? Just love that. You know, we're headed to the United States now, where WEA equips women leaders with the tools and support they need to make their communities healthier, improve the way we grow and share food, and prepare for climate challenges. This year, we've launched Black Girls Green Futures with the visionary leadership of Kia Leek, who's on the line here tonight. This is a program helping high school aged Black girls in South Los Angeles make their neighborhoods healthier and greener. And together with WEA leaders, Dr. Rashida Hawk from Seeds of Carver and Tashonda Giles Jones from Environmental Charter Schools, this program is supporting rising young leaders to learn about their environment and explore careers in climate and science. Now it's my honor to introduce Camille Hadley, who is the visionary founder and leader of Little Growers in South Florida. Camille was a participant in our very first U.S. Grassroots Accelerator, and she lights up a room with her passion and resolve. She is now a WEA trainer and shares her knowledge with countless women across the US and US territories. And Camille, it is so good to see you. Thank you for your leadership and for your light. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Amira, and thank you, Women's Earth Alliance, for continuing to allow me to engage with so many wonderfully talented women all over this country. It is such an honor to be a member of the Women's Earth Alliance, to be one of the Amazonians, which is what I always call us, because to the Amazonian women, Wonder Woman was just their sister, but to the world, she was a superhero. So, my name is Camille Hadley, and as I said, it is an honor to share my story and the journey that I've had with the Women's Earth Alliance, an organization that has been completely transformative for me, my work, and my community. Based in Central Florida. But this week, I'm actually in California at the Black and Marine Science Tidal Wave Conference, supporting another Women's Earth Alliance leader, Dr. Tierra Moore. Like me, Dr. Moore was a Women's Earth Alliance grassroots accelerator leader, and this week she is showcasing her incredible leadership at the Tidal Wave Ocean Conference in San Diego as the founder and CEO of Black and Marine Science. I myself grew up in Compton, California, which was a food desert community. I saw firsthand what a lack of access to fresh, healthy food could do to families and entire neighborhoods. Years later, when I found myself raising my children in another USDA designated food desert community in Central Florida, I knew I could not stand by and watch it continue. I decided to take action. Excuse me, what started as a small garden at my home just to feed my four teenage boys quickly sparked interest among the youth in my community and grew into something much larger. People were curious about how they could grow their own food and begin to ask questions about what we were growing in our front yard. And that's when we realized that it wasn't just about feeding our family, it was about empowering others. And my husband and I founded Little Growers Inc., our organization. Now, Little Growers began to mobilize children and our entire community to confront food insecurity. We began by building our first community gardens in local parks and in low-income housing complexes in our area. And we also began to teach people how to grow their food, and we provided food education, and we began to show families how to reconnect with the joy and empowerment that comes from nourishing themselves. Then we were hit by a major hurricane. This hurricane flooded our community for weeks, trapping residents in their homes and waterlogging our gardens, wiping out most of what we had grown and created and produced for our community. As I stood at the edge of my driveway with water up to my thighs, I knew that growing food was not enough to transform my community. In 2019, I was selected to participate in the Women's Earth Alliance Grassroots Accelerator in partnership with the Sierra Club. This program was a huge game changer for me and for the work that I was doing for my community. Women's Earth Alliance gave me the tools, training, and resources I needed to scale the impact of Little Growers. I learned how to strengthen my leadership, grow my organization, and build the networks needed to expand and sustain our work. By the end of the program, we even received a seed grant, which allowed us to expand our reach even further. I met Monica Ibakash in the 2019 Accelerator. She taught me about permaculture design, and I knew that permaculture was the solution to not just addressing the issues of food insecurity, but also addressing the issues of flooding, toxic pollution in my community, and all of the other things that were related to climate and environment that were affecting my community. My relationship today with Monica still exists thanks to what we built as Women's Earth Alliance leaders. And today, Monica and I design curriculum that teaches youth how to design permaculture design gardens, that encourages community to rethink the way that they're designing in their homes to address community flooding, and that expands opportunities for people within our community that are doing environmental work that may not have known how much we as a community of color care about the environment and care about our local watershed, how we are engaging in solutions that are nature-based design. So my work with the Women's Earth Alliance not only grew my network of friends, but it impacts the way that I think about designing for purpose in my community. What's so special about WEA is that they don't just support you for one moment in time. I always said that Women's Earth Alliance is about being a part of the family. It's a family that I prayed for, and that the Holy Spirit told me I was going to meet a group of women who were going to carry me through to the end. And I am so grateful for this group of women. They invest in me for the long haul. And in 2020, I was invited back to be a program mentor. And last year, I had the incredible opportunity to host workshops for WEA participants on food sovereignty, community mobilization, and fundraising as a part of WEA's U.S. Regenerative Agriculture and Health Accelerator. It's been so rewarding to share my knowledge and continue building this community of solidarity and practice with other environmental justice leaders. This coming year, I'm excited to say I will be a part of the WEA design team to help shape the future of WEA's work in the United States. Through Women's Earth Alliance, I've gained a national platform. I've had the privilege of presenting on expert panels for FEMA, even at the White House. But just as important, I've gained a community of women who inspire me every day. We are each other's greatest advocates and champions. When women are supported, their impact multiplies. I've seen it firsthand in my work and in the work of women WEA brings together. We are addressing food deserts, combating climate change, and creating lasting solutions for our families, our communities, and our planet. And I am so grateful for all that I have learned as a part of the Women's Earth Alliance and all of the strength that I have gained from the women that I'm connected to in this work. And very excited to share that in 2025, I am channeling the spirit of Amira Diamond and accepting my first National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant, totaling in funding $671,000. And I'm glad to share that with you all today because that is greatly due to the connections and the work that I have grown as a Women's Earth Alliance Accelerator leader. Thank you for listening to my story and for supporting the leadership of women like me. Your investment in WEA makes this work possible. Let's continue to build this movement together. Thank you, Amira. Thank you, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Camille, for sharing this incredible news. Yes, it's us. We do this. We set audacious goals and we just reach for the stars and look how it happens. We can make this work rise come what may. And so thank you for being here and sharing your powerful story and for teaching us so much. So now we get to just sit back in our seats and hear about the audacious goals that we have set for our Rising Tides, Rising Women 20-year anniversary campaign, because I think our work has only just begun.
The urgency of the climate crisis has never been more apparent. Rising sea levels submerge coastal lands. Climate disasters claim lives and devastate communities, and critical biodiversity is lost forever at an alarming rate. Since 2006, you have helped us face these rising tides with coordinated action. Together, we have trained, mentored, funded, and connected more than 52,000 grassroots women, reaching 24 million people in 31 countries with life-saving environmental solutions. Now, we are setting course for our most important journey yet. The Rising Tides, Rising Women campaign scales our work, transforming the lives of 25 million more people in just 3 years. by restoring depleted forests, growing millions of native trees, sequestering tons of carbon, launching and funding thousands of women-led eco-enterprises, establishing climate solution hubs around the world, and supporting women to purchase the lands they steward and protect. We know that these are bold goals, but facing the climate crisis demands bold action. Be bold with us. Join the Rising Tides, Rising Women campaign.
So this is the moment we're in, a time for bold action. Facing the climate crisis and really the next several years requires scaling what we know works, investing in women leaders like Thelma, like Camille, who are driving solutions that are efficient, effective, and enduring. That's why this year we launched the Rising Tides, Rising Women campaign, our boldest effort yet to deepen and expand solutions that are transforming lives and ecosystems, both locally and around the world. With your support over the next 3 years, we'll train, fund, and mentor 15,000 women-led environmental initiatives and eco-enterprises, reaching 25 million people with the tools and strategies to heal our planet, safeguard communities, and secure our collective vision for a world we know is on its way. Together, we'll restore and protect 500,000 hectares. That's over 1.2 million acres of vital ecosystems and habitats. We'll sequester 30,000 metric tons of carbon, enhance the health, safety, and rights of 10 million women and girls, and build the wealth of 7,500 women and their families through eco-enterprises. You know, every year, hundreds of women seek to bring solutions to their communities, but the demand for WEA's programs far exceeds what we can currently provide. And that world, that future that we're working towards, it can't afford for us to turn them away. This campaign is designed to close that gap and exponentially multiply our impact by advancing solutions that are already proven to work. You know, I live here on the eastern side of Hawaii Island, where the impacts of the climate crisis and of government inaction are impossible to ignore. Whether it's the loss of native forests or our indigenous birds on Mauna Loa, rising sea levels threatening our shorelines and foodways, drastically warming temperatures, or devastating wildfires like those on Maui last year, we see how deeply connected our lives and future are to the future of our Aina. This is the same everywhere. This is true everywhere. The solutions we're advancing, which are grounded in science and indigenous wisdom and centering our communities, they are restoring balance. They're building resilience, and they're creating thriving communities from our own backyards to East Africa, Indonesia, and beyond. And as I think about the future of Hawaii, the forests and shorelines and the Aina that sustains us, I know this work isn't just necessary, it's possible. So, you know, this is it. This is the moment for bold action. Women leaders are rising to meet this challenge, and we're inviting you to rise with us. So I say, let's be bold together.
Thank you, Kahea. Hello, Melinda.
Hi, Mira.
Well, I'm just taking a moment here to take all of this in, because it's a bold moment, but this is really what Women's Earth Alliance is poised and ready to achieve. We've been at this for a while now, and with the help of our program team who does our monitoring and evaluation and tracks our impact and looks so closely at what's going on the ground, these estimates, these goals that we're setting are achievable. And so what we're here to do is to close the gap on this campaign to raise the funds. This is a $20 million campaign. It's a $20 million 4-year campaign. and we're taking it one step at a time to achieve the goal. And so tonight we have a match on the table. Someone has put forward $100,000. And so the first $100,000 raised here tonight will be matched dollar for dollar. And we are really excited to bring these solutions to life in communities around the world. And I think before we share exactly what that looks like, what's important to say is thank you to everyone who's here, because it really is this circle that has made this work happen. We are not able to do this without each other, and that is the inextricable need that we all know lives, that's part of what it means to be part of the human family, what it means to be part of this earth, which we all share. That we can't do this without each other. And so we really want to start by saying thank you to everyone who's here tonight for your incredible generosity, for hearing the call of this work, for stepping forward year after year. We have some of our business partners here on the line tonight. We have our foundation partners, our Giving Circle members, our leadership board members, members of our seed bank, which is our monthly givers. And this is what we've been able to do together. And now we're inviting you to join us for the next part of this journey.
Yeah, thank you, Amira. And I know we're all here because we're very present to the challenges that we face, from the climate crisis to what we are seeing right in front of our eyes, the erosion of human rights, that this is urgent. And we are seeing policy debates stall, and we are seeing billionaires' pledges fall short. And what we know is that grassroots leaders are stepping forward with the solutions that we need right now. And so that's what we're here to do. That's what we're ready to double down on, this investment, for the women who are stepping forward, who are raising their hands, and who are ready to scale their work. As Amir said, there's a match tonight, and so your giving will go twice as far. And we want to put up on the screen the QR code, which makes it very easy to, you can scan that code and you'll make it to our donation page. You also can follow the link, good old fashioned link in the chat, and get yourself to our donation page.
We've talked about a lot of different programs this evening, and as you all know, our work is across many sectors and many regions. And so we're really open to being in conversation with anyone about places or sector focus that you might be interested in really learning more about and supporting more of. But for tonight, the $100,000 that we're raising is going to go to general support for programs, and it will be resources that go directly to Women's Earth Alliance programs. That's the qualification of this match. So we wanted to share that. And then in the chat, there's some metrics here of what these dollars do, because they translate to real action on the ground. And so, for example, $125 provides a seed grant for a woman entrepreneur in East Africa to start an eco enterprise, or $250 supplies women-led ecological projects in Mexico with tools and seeds and materials to build resilient and thriving communities.
We talked about the Black Girls Green Futures program. $500 equips youth leaders in South Los Angeles with the seeds, the tools, and the lab equipment for their work. Many of them will be focused on soil remediation and improving community health. So that goes there. $1,500 funds a week-long training for 5 Nigerian women, clean energy entrepreneurs. And this enables them to bring these clean cook stoves to their communities and protect the health and safety of people in their community while preventing deforestation. And then, let's go big. $10,000 would cover the cost of mangrove saplings and the labor required to reforest 3 hectares of a designated marine protected area and forest reserve in Indonesia. And I also wanted to point out the Giving Circle. There's an option to join our Giving Circle. As you heard, this is a multi-year campaign. And so we're looking for people. There's many Giving Circle members on the line tonight who have said, we're here with you. We're going to be the drumbeat of support for WEA, not right now, but for years to come. And we welcome those contributions. And we also have our seed bank, which are our monthly donors, which makes a huge difference.
We are we're going on tour next year. We have our Rising Tides, Rising Women tour, basically, which is a series of events that'll be happening in San Francisco, Boulder, Washington, D.C., New York City, Berkeley, California, and we're building host committees for each of those events. We have several folks who've stepped forward in each of those regions to join up and create something. And so if any of you live in those areas and are interested in being a part of bringing new people toward this work, we have trained 52,000 women in the last 18 years, and we have a new goal, which is to have 52,000 people support Women's Earth Alliance, because we're dedicated to building this popular movement. And we know deep in our hearts that the changes that are happening in our community are really one person at a time, that it is on us to secure the future that we want to see for our great grandchildren. And this work provides everyday people with an opportunity to really be connected to movements that are creating strength and resilience. And so we would love to be in touch with any of you about being part of our Rising Tides, Rising Women event series. And yeah, thank you for being here tonight. We're really hopeful about the future because of all of us, because we're here together. Melinda, do you have anything else you want to say? Because I think we've got some pretty awesome we've got an awesome closing moment to share, and I want to get us there.
Yes, I am so excited to pass it over to Coco, who we mentioned earlier is with us on the line. Coco is a WEA leader and an incredible visionary, climate activist, social justice leader who's just a shining light in our community. So passing it to you, Coco.
Thank you so very much. I'm actually kind of at a loss for words right now, but if I could sum it all up, I think that we heard it here that we have everything we need, including the resources. I just heard folks say that this campaign is going to take 20 million. We have 5-10 times that in our reach through our relationships. And so I just want to affirm the abundance that we have in this community, and the abundance that's going to continue to blossom out from the work that we're doing and the relationships that we're building. And thank you so much for having me. But I just I'm so inspired and grateful to be here with you all. And let's sing WEA's praises from the mountaintops. Let's talk about all of the powerful work that women around the world are doing, and that this community and this organization is doing. And let's give generously of ourselves, because the beautiful thing about this community is that it's an ecosystem, and it's self-sustaining. And y'all know I'll go on and on, but with that, I'm gonna just zip it. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for what we're about to do and how we're going to face the challenges to come.
Hey WEA family, my name is Coco Pela. I am a hip hop artist, MC, songwriter, and Women's Earth Alliance Accelerator alumni. I'm so grateful to be here today to celebrate with you another spin around the sun with WEA. This is such a wonderful opportunity for us to celebrate life and the wonderful work that WEA is doing globally with women in the environment. I, for one, have definitely benefited from the pouring in and the challenging and the growing and the guidance of this organization and this community. I'm so juiced to perform this song that I wrote called Above That Black Joy. It's a song of resistance. It's a song of using your joy as medicine and as a weapon against systemic oppression, against intergenerational trauma, against fear, against discouragement, doubt, all of that, and allowing yourself to do the healing work, to fiercely face the present and the internalized oppression, the oppressor behaviors, the oppressive system, any challenges, and just rise above it, elevate above that. So I'll be accompanied by Barauna on the djembe, and this is Above That Black Joy. Ain't no mountain high so good that you can't fall. Ain't no valley low so deep that you can't crawl out of it. Ain't no hiding from it, you, so please don't run. Ain't no running from the truth, what you have done. Good vibes happening, we above that. Going laugh, going smile, you above that. If you need it, you could cry, you above that. No beat, but I'm high, I'm above that. I'm alive, and I love that. I'm a thrive, I just love that. I survived, yeah, I done that. And the battle over now, the worst is behind us. Sankofa remind us the best is yet to come. Our blessings gon' find us, unbind us. They thought they combined us, but they could never break us. No, they know one that designed us. Roll deep with the ancestors now, standing on their shoulders, proud, we're proud. We their Wallace dreams come alive, from our feet to our crowns. Tell them haters, this is how we get down. Give thanks and praises to the most high in this thing. No weed past the sky in this thing. I'ma live, I'm alive in this thing. Good vibes, I'm a vibe in this thing. Ain't nobody gonna love me if I don't. Ain't nobody gonna respect me if I won't. Ain't nothing that could compare to knowing my worth. I came down from heaven to share this on earth. Chest out, chin up, eyes on the horizon, on your head high. No matter what you did, what happened yesterday, today's different. Try again. Good vibes happening, we above that. Go and laugh, go and smile, you above that. If you need it, you could cry, you above that. No weed, but I'm high, I'm above that. I'm alive, and I love that. I'm a thrive, I discovered that. I survived, yeah, I done that. And the battle over now, yeah, I won that. Yeah, shine. It's better than that. Yeah, shine. It's just a little
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was That was so fire. There are some questions in the chat about where people can find Coco and find her music. We are going to send out an email that will have all the links so you can download that and just like vibe to it at your leisure forever and ever. So thank you so much, Coco, for the incredible gift of your voice and time for this evening's celebration. We're so honored to be alongside you in your work and your leadership. Thank you, Thilma. Thank you, Camille, for being here, for sharing your stories, for all the work you do, for being part of our community, and for allowing us to stand alongside you. We are so honored. We are so, so honored by that. And thank you to everyone, all of you, for being here tonight, for showing up, and for believing in the power of grassroots women leaders to transform our world. As we close this evening, I want to leave you with this. History will tell the story of this moment. It will tell of a time when the challenges we faced were immense, but when women stepped forward with courage and solutions. It will tell of the alliances that grew, the communities that were strengthened, the ecosystems that were restored. And your support tonight ensures that this story is written and that it's a story of hope and resilience and transformation. It's a story that we are proud to tell our children's children when they come asking. By joining WEA's Rising Tides, Rising Women campaign tonight, you're investing in women who are building the future right now. You're expanding the circle of support, and you're ensuring that grassroots solutions don't just survive, but they thrive. So let's double down tonight. Let's grow this alliance. Together, we will rise to meet this moment, and together, we will build a just and sustainable future. So thank you for standing with WEA and for being part of this movement. From all of us here at WEA, from our alliance of women leaders, from our women leaders on this call tonight, thank you so much and have a great evening.
I'ma thrive, I discovered that. I survived, yeah, I done that. And the battle over now, yeah, I won that. Behind us, send code for remind us. The best is yet to come, my blessings gon' find us, unbind us. They thought they confined us, but they could never break us. No, they the one that designed us. Roll deep with the ancestors now, standing on their shoulders, towering proud. We they wildest dreams come alive, from our feet to our crowns. Tell